Welcome back to Lucy's Library Reads. Today I'm going to be starting a new series that I'm calling Lucy's Hierarchy of Things. And so, very similar to Dance Moms, we'll have our pyramid to go through of things that I have really been enjoying lately in life. And they're not all book related, but they are all bookish adjacent. So, we will go ahead and get started. So, starting out with the first piece of the pyramid here, we have reading poetry. So I recently decided that I want to start reading poetry to get a little bit better at just literary analysis. And so I also love Sylvia Plath. And so I picked up Sylvia Plath's collection of poems, and I'm going through one per day and just reading through it, thinking through it, looking up words that I don't know what they mean. There's some notes in the back. And it's been really fun so far. I'm on like day 3, I think. And I can tell that my brain has been missing that like analysis piece that I definitely was doing more in school. So after reading poetry, the next piece of the pyramid is going to be writing with pen and paper. I am a sucker for a new journal, a new pen set. And so I really find joy in writing down my thoughts. And I'm not like a great journaler by any stretch of the imagination, but I do really find the benefit of writing down my thoughts and thinking through the word choice that I'm using, because it allows me to express myself more clearly and become more articulate, which you probably would not agree with based on these videos, but I am getting better. So coming in with number 4, it's going to be book club. So I am a part of 3 book clubs. One of them is with my gym girlies, one of them is with just a group of friends, and then the other one's with my partner. And so I just recently had book club last night with my gym girlies, and it was super fun. I love book club because I love talking about books, but I also just love the excuse to kind of get together and have a present moment. And talking about books is great, but just connecting with everyone over a shared experience of reading the same book I think is also great. And so that's been something that I've been really enjoying recently as well, is the community that book club can bring together for everybody. And also yesterday when we had book club, there were 2 dogs that ended up coming up to us on a patio, and we were able to help them find their owners, and they were both really cute. So it's just kind of the fun little adventures and side quests that can come about getting together in person and having those experiences together. So moving on to the second row of the pyramid, we have FaceTime with the besties. So my best friend doesn't live in the same town that I live in. He actually lives in Des Moines. I'm in Cedar Rapids. And so he works from home, so he FaceTimes me every so often, just randomly in the middle of the day, but he's really good about calling me when I'm driving, and so it's always just fun. But I love a FaceTime with a bestie because when you can't get together in person, it really like makes you feel more connected, and I just love that there's always those moments where like people are thinking about you and they call you to talk about something or share something. So FaceTime with the besties is definitely on my top list of things that have been really giving me joy or filling my cup lately. So number 2 on our list here for the pyramid is going to be used bookstores. So I love an independent bookstore. They are one of my favorite things. And I've recently figured out that I love used independent bookstores because while I love supporting local, books can get really expensive, and I do really like to own my own physical copies of books. It allows me to buy books by authors that I don't really necessarily want to like support, while still being able to like read their books, because I refuse to give money to certain individuals who author books, but I'm also kind of a hate reader, and so I want to read the book that they wrote because I don't like them. Anyway, so used independent bookstores I think are something that we as a society need to like really hype up a little bit, because there is such a gap in the market. And I love half-price books as much as the next girly, but there's just something about going to a local independent used bookstore that's different, and you really make sure that your money is staying local, and that's something that I'm very passionate about. And so yeah, I just went to a used independent bookstore this weekend, and I got 2 books, and they're both hardcover, and they're both in really great shape, and they was less than $11 for both of them, and I am so stoked to have found those because I didn't want to pay for them full price, but they're both really good quality, and I was able to support my independent bookstore just by shopping there. And finally, number 1 in my heart and in my soul most recently is going to be using a real dictionary. I don't know what about it is just really filling my cup, but there is something about looking up a word in a dictionary that I have just been really enjoying. I have the Webster's Dictionary app on my phone. I Google stuff, but it's just not the same as having like a dictionary and looking up the word. It's really fun, and I just have really been enjoying that. And so that took the number 1 for me most recently of the hierarchy of things, because I think it's just finding like the joy in the small things, and I'm really trying to get off of using my phone for everything. And so that's also something that I think is really great. Thank you so much for watching my first Lucy's Hierarchy of Things, and I hope that you subscribe and enjoy the channel and connect with me on Instagram as well. I know what your top things are that you've been enjoying recently in your life, and let's spread some joy. Love ya.